A decision could come down any moment for Brandon Daniel.
For the past 4 hours, a jury has been trying to decide if he deserves the death penalty for killing Austin police officer Jaime Padron in 2012. Chris Sadeghi has been at the courthouse covering this trial all along. He is awaiting that decision tonight. Chris?
Shannon, there's a lot that will go into this decision, but it really boils down to just two things. Does this jury think Brandon Daniel will be a threat in prison, or is there any other reason out there for why he should not be put to death? Both sides made their final arguments this morning. The defense says Daniel had it rough from the get-go with parents who neglected his mental health needs. Still, he became a software engineer and is very intelligent and will do good things in prison now that drugs will not be so easy to attain. But Gary Cobb, the prosecutor, said that Jaime Padron's two daughters have already paid a price and that giving Daniel free room and board, as he called it, is only going to give them even more to pay for when they grow up to be adults. He also said this simply wasn't an impulse shooting.
I bet you never knew it was going to be just a cold-blooded assassination, which is exactly what it was. A cold-blooded assassination.
Since Xanax is what led to this, it seems awfully unlikely that perfect storm is going to occur again.
And the jury is on the clock now. 4 hours. It could be a late night, but as soon as that decision comes, whenever it is, you can check it out live on the KXAN.com live stream. For now, we're live at the Travis County Justice Complex. Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
Chris, thank you. And going in depth, since the death penalty became legal again, Texas has executed more inmates than any other state, including cases where an officer was murdered. According to the Officer Down Memorial, 223 Texas officers were killed in shootings, stabbings, or assaults since 1976. In that same time, the state executed 38 inmates for killing officers, according to the Combined Law Enforcement Associations of Texas, also known as CLEAT. But in some cases, that execution took place decades later. In fact, I covered the state penitentiary in Huntsville in 2010 when the state executed David Lee Powell 32 years after he was convicted of killing Austin police officer Ralph Ablanedo. Right now, according to CLEAT, there are 26 inmates on death row in Texas accused of murdering an officer. Remember, jurors have to agree the suspect will be dangerous behind bars, and there are no mitigating factors to sentence someone to death. So in many of these cases, jurors spend at least several hours deliberating. In 2011, Travis County jurors took a little less than 3 hours to sentence Arely Escobar to death for stabbing and killing Bianca Maldonado. And 2 years earlier, it took another Travis County jury just 3 hours to sentence Paul DeVoe for a killing spree in 2007. It only took them 20 minutes to convict him. Last month, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals rejected DeVoe's appeal. Our news team has been following the murder of Jaime Padron since the tragic night of his shooting.
You can follow along with our coverage through the years, including Chris Sadeghi's work inside the courtroom over the last couple of weeks inside KXAN.com.